What's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, the only channel dedicated to teaser bets in football. Andrew Chang on my right here. I'm Daniel Saludo, and we are taking you through the early afternoon games for Week 4 of the 2020 NFL season. And we've got the Minnesota Vikings against the... Oh, you're not wearing the shirt, man.
Oh,
the hometown.
man, dude.
You're not wearing the shirt.
First of all,
that means they're gonna win.
I don't like that.
That means they're going to win because you're not wearing it now.
Stop it, Danny. Keep on going, dude. Keep on trucking, man. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah,
from you.
Minnesota plays the Houston Texans. Houston is the favorite here at -4, and your total is 53.5. So Minnesota gets teased up to +10. Houston gets teased across the 0 to +2. Your over gets teased down to 47.5, and your under gets teased up to 59.5. Almost made it to 60 this time. Almost. So this is a game of two. I don't necessarily want to call them bad teams. I mean, the Texans have had the hardest schedules thus far, like by like a long way. Dude, Kansas City, Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easily the hardest 3 teams to play. For sure.
I feel like you're Bill O'Brien's attorney, but
no,
you know,
they're not like what they used to be 2-3 years ago, but that, you know, 3 losses, it can be expected in those 3 games. Let's be fair.
Yeah, okay.
They're a strong 0-3. Let me call it that.
Okay, fair. I will say that fair, especially for what the Texans have. Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah,
can't argue with that.
So it's hard. I think a lot of people are going to be wondering why Houston's favored by 4, but I think it's fair because, you know, they were able to get some points in all 3 of those games. In the end, they were able to get some points on the board, and then you've got Minnesota on the other side, Cousins has just looked awful outside of garbage time when the game doesn't matter. So I think it's fair to have Houston at -4. But do you lean on any teaser side?
Let me say this first, America and Danny. It pains me so to kind of lean towards this team. I like that. I do kind of like Minnesota at, what do they got, plus 10? Plus 10. And a lot of people are just like, Andrew, you might be a little crazy. Like, the Texans are due for one. They're due for a big win. But just hear me out. As a Texans fan, I kind of want them to lose.
Why?
So hopefully someone might get fired if we lose this game. I think there's
highly doubtful.
Man,
right now.
I mean,
he's the GM and the coach. That has to be an off-season thing.
One can hope. You know, it doesn't have to be an off-season thing. It could be like interim coaches, interim GMs. You know, so it happens. But you know, I think that's a longer shot than Minnesota actually winning this game.
Of course it is.
But these aren't the Texans that I like betting on. Even though if you have been, for the most part, betting Texans in the over, whoever they play or whatever, I think most likely that success is there. Besides,
Baltimore game.
Yeah, besides the Baltimore game. But still, for the value, I think I do like Minnesota better, a little better than the Texans. Seeing that, I just don't know, man.
See, that you bring up a really good point because outside of the Baltimore game and the KC and the Pittsburgh game, they covered the teaser.
Right.
They covered their side of the teaser. Now they lost straight up on the spread, but they covered both sides of the teaser. So you bring up a really good point about liking them, but I have a feeling that you're kind of still liking the big 10 points.
I mean, I do, and I'm a Texas fan too. I want my guys to win, you know, to be honest. But at this point of the season, I mean, it's still early in the season. Let's be honest. It's 3 weeks. It's, you know, no preseason. But with the tools they have, you know, they're still able to put up points, which is great. But God, I just see Minnesota keeping up with the Texans.
Okay.
And I've used that in several videos, teams being able to keep up with. Because like you said earlier, Deshaun Watson, if he gets a hot start, man, it's a hot start. He goes off the handle. And then we have, who is it? The guy we traded for.
David Johnson.
David Johnson. I want to say Duke Johnson, but no.
He's also on the team.
Correct. Well, whatever Johnson that we have, it's it's a good run game, and I think Minnesota's defense, as you told me, is pretty atrocious.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out there you can let the oh my God, I'm blanking. When you can let the Indianapolis Colts score 28 points on you, you got issues.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. All right, I'll take that. But I will say that the Texans are due for a win. And
I hate hearing due because this isn't a calculation in a spreadsheet.
Right? But I mean, it's the law of averages, brother. I mean, they got a tough schedule. We're giving them so many breaks. And honestly, they have been covering the teaser spreads, not their spreads straight up. So if you're looking for value, that might be the answer right there already. It's been proven for all these weeks. I feel that the Texans are good, but they're not that good. They're not great. They're just kind of there. And I think a lot of bookies will give them a little more credit than they should deserve.
I actually think they're correct in having this spread at -4. I think it's the correct number, maybe up to it. I think they may be a touchdown better in the end. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is separated by a touchdown. It's close enough to be that way. So I'll say this: I don't have a choice in the side for me. Did you pick a side? Or are you still cooking on it?
I'm still stewing on it a little bit.
All right, so my lean in this game is actually the over because Texans have been able to get all three of the Texans games have been able to get over the teaser spread. Houston will be able to get points. They've been able to get points on KC and Pittsburgh, so they'll definitely easily get points on Minnesota. There's not a problem with that. And then Minnesota's got enough of the running game with Dalvin Cook and then be able to throw it to Adam Thielen. Justin Jefferson looked good last week, that they'll be able to get 20-something points on the board as well. 20 points, and then the Texans should win this game and get more than 27 points, should get me the over. 20-28 is a very logical, very fair assessment and a very good score to get this, and I would be picking the Texans to win, but more importantly, that gets me to 48, which is over 47.5.
Has Minnesota won? Oh, yeah, they did. They won last week, right? No, they lost.
No, they lost.
But they put up some points.
Yeah, they lost to Tennessee. They put up a lot of points. They had a chance to win it.
And would you say
0-3?
Would you say that Tennessee's defense is better than the Texans' defense?
Yes.
So your over might look pretty good.
Yeah.
But with that argument, with Kirk Cousins, if he is able to play at the level that he was playing last season, I feel that the value is there for Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right, so you're going to stand that +10. Okay.
It pains me to say it, but I like it. I like that.
You like that.
I like that. All right. So that's it right there.
It's fair. 10 points is pretty nice to have. I kind of don't blame you, but I want what I perceive is the best value that I think is going to cash, and I like the over in this game. Again,
I'm going to be the only fan in that stadium, by the way.
No, there are plenty of fans out there.
Plural.
There's plenty of them.
Yeah, just singular fan, me, in the stadium. With my fire BOB sign. It's like a little...
You wouldn't be the only one with that.
Like
There's
the wrestling arenas, like they're like, oh, like I'll just be like shouting, fire Bill O'Brien. But one can wish, one can dream.
Won't happen until the end of the season. I guarantee that. It won't be done mid-season. He has 2 positions that you have to fill. It's not going to happen.
Whoa.
It just, I know. You have to suck it in and deal with it. I know.
It's terrible. We're wasting Deshaun Watson's career. It's really sad.
Yeah. But Andrew, loving his Houston team, is actually going to side with Minnesota +10. My preference is the over 47.5. So that's kind of where we stand. I don't think either of us are going to bet this game. Albeit the over is kind of appetizing a little bit, but neither of us are really going to bet this game. There's a lot more value to be had in the other games that we'll be able to give you in the next coming videos. But until then, if you liked the information you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tick the notification bell, select all. That way you are up to date with all of our previews and videos that we have coming up in the future. But until then, for Andrew Chang, Daniel Saludo here. Don't forget to get your bets in, and of course, don't forget to be a tease.